So today we're at the range to do a video I've kind of wanted to do for a while. Maybe it's just me, maybe not, but just kind of every day as I go about my business, I see different materials and stuff. And as I see them, I think, what are the ballistic stopping capabilities of that material? Will it stop a 5.56? How many layers would it take to stop a 9mm? So forth. Maybe it's because I work for a body armor company and that's what I think about all day. But either way, it interests me and I wonder sometimes. So we thought we'd do some videos on the stopping capabilities of just some everyday materials that you run into. This is not to say, I'm not trying to say, hey, these could be used for body armor or not for body armor. That's not the purpose of this at all. This is purely for the sake of science.
Yes, science!
Today we thought we'd start off with some everyday materials used in homes, in your home construction. So this kind of comes up from a few different reasons. You see it a lot with home defense, best weapon of choice for home defense. People say, you know, too much firepower, too little firepower. If you have too much firepower, you know, you'll blow through your wall, the 3-bedroom walls, across the street through your neighbor's house, so forth. We also see it with Hollywood a lot, where people are hiding behind walls, hiding behind the cabinets and things like that for protection, behind a couch even, or the opposite, you see people shooting through walls. So we thought we would do some ballistic testing on a few different materials used in your home construction. We have 3 different materials we'll look at today. First is 1/2-inch sheetrock. That's the first material we'll test against. We'll also test against 1/2-inch OSB plywood. And then lastly, a 2x6 or 2x4. It's gonna be the same. Those are the 3 materials that we're gonna test against. And we're gonna test it with a 22 caliber, a 9mm, and a 5.56. Reason for those 3 calibers, those are just the most commonly shot calibers. Obviously we could test a massive number of calibers, but that would take a lot of time, let's be for real. Half the people have already stopped watching and the rest might not even make it to the end. So we're gonna try and keep it quick, test with those 3 calibers. It also gives us a decent idea on performance. You got quite a range from 22 up through a 5.56. The test is going to be pretty straightforward and simple. We will stack up the material, we will shoot it with a caliber, see how many layers it penetrates through, and give us an idea of the stopping capabilities of that material. So pretty straightforward, pretty simple test. Let's get to it. All right, first up, we're gonna shoot it with the 22 caliber. We got a stack of 1/2-inch sheetrock up there we'll shoot. And yes, this is a Henry lever action. She's beautiful. Everyone should own a Henry lever action. Hashtag no ad. Let's see what it does. Simple. Let's go see. Straight through the middle. We got 1. We're through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, there it is. It did not go through the 10th. So it's buried in there somewhere. Somewhere in there. You can't even see it, but 10 layers. So 10 layers of sheetrock stopped your 22 caliber. That's actually more than I thought. I was kind of interested to see how sheetrock performed, just because if you ever worked with sheetrock, it's quite brittle, it's easy to break, but also it's pretty hard material. So it's kind of interested to see how it worked, but that actually went through a lot more layers than I thought it would. So we'll slap up some more and shoot it with the 9mm and see how it does. All right, so next up we got Glock 19, 9mm. We'll see how many layers it shoots through. We got 30 layers up there, so hopefully that is sufficient. Let's see. Alrighty, let's see. All right, there's our hit. Let's count the layers. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh boy, it's still going. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's got to stop eventually, right? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There it is. There's your slug, sitting at 22 layers. Dang, look at that. That didn't even blunt that at all. See that sucker? It's still just completely intact. Clean that off and reload it. I'm kidding, don't do that, but seriously, that's crazy. All right, so 22 was 10 layers, the 9mm was 22 layers. So 5.56 is going to be a lot more than that. We're gonna have to get a stack. So let's stack those up and do it. We're now gonna shoot it with a 5.56. We got the sheetrock stacked up there. We got 72 layers. That's all that I cut because I thought that would be more than sufficient. But after shooting with a 22 and a 9mm, I'm not sure. So the 9mm shot through 22 layers. Most people do not realize, or you don't think about the jump up from a pistol caliber to a rifle caliber. We've done this testing with our Kevlar. You can go watch that video separately about how many layers would stop Kevlar or stop a 9mm versus a 5.56. Just to give you an idea, it was about 10 layers to stop a 9mm, and we were at about 50 or so to get 50 to 60 to stop a 5.56. So it's a massive increase. Just the ballistics behind the rifle round and the velocity and everything make a massive difference. So I'm not sure 72 is gonna do it, but we'll see. Also, as you can see that giant stack, I hope I can shoot straight enough that I don't veer out at some point in there. So we'll give it a run and see. And this is just a standard, it's just your M193 round. Ooh, shot low. I hope that stayed in. Let's see. You see impact down there at the bottom. Let's see if I should have aimed. Should have thought about that. It's obviously not sighted at 10 yards or 7 yards. Let's see. Still running through. All right, we're still running. So remember, this is 72 layers. So we'll count from the back forward because I'm guessing it'll go most of the way, if not all the way through. Oh!
Look, it turned sideways.
What happened to it? Might have got stopped right there. Oh my gosh, look at that. You see that? That's backwards. That's not near as many layers as I thought. Look at that guy, once again, almost completely undamaged. The tip is a little bit blunted. That guy there. Dang! Well, so what layer number is that? 1, 2. So we got 40 layers there.
So 32.
So 32. Stopped in the layer number 32. Dang! Well, that's interesting. I thought it would at least double, if not triple, what the 9mm did. So, but the 9mm stopped at 22, this stopped at 32. So it must have just slowed the velocity down on that enough. And that's crazy that it came out backwards. It just flipped that round around backwards. Cool. Well, there it is. So, sheetrock. Don't miss. If you're in a home defense situation, don't miss, because 32 layers of sheetrock, if you're shooting a 5.56, is a lot of rooms of sheetrock to go through. So obviously there's a few variables here. I'm shooting a 10.5-inch barrel. If you have a longer barrel, it's gonna shoot through more. The other thing is there's airspace between your walls, between your rooms. There's a lot of variables there, but just to show you, 32 layers, stop a 5.56. All right, so we're just gonna do one more take with the 5.56 on the sheetrock. It was kind of interesting how that round went in and spun and actually was backwards. I want to see if I'll kind of do that again and kind of see how it performs again. I'll try and aim a little higher since about partway through there it already has a hole, but hopefully we can distinguish the two. So let's try it one more time. For the sake of science.
Science rules.
All right, let's see it. Clean impact there. So let's start jumping through here. We're still going there. Oh, you can see it already. It's kind of blown out sideways again through this. How come we have 2 marks? Oh, sorry, this is from our other shot. That's from the 9mm. So these had already been shot. So this is our mark here. You can see at this point, that is completely sideways. You see that hole through there? It's just sideways. It's completely sideways. Well, it's still going. Oh, there it is. So it poked through barely into there, but you can see it stuck in the back here. Now it is backwards again. So that is, see that? That's backwards again in there. Just pulled it out, the front's facing the opposite direction. So it spun it around again, completely spun it. That thing just, you could see it go through that whole thing and come back 180. That's crazy. How many did this one go through? So that one went a few more. No, less, that's 25. So we went through...
That's 25.
25 left out of 72. So it went through what? Go, math, you know. We're at 52. So it went through about 47 layers. So I went through a few more layers that time. First time it only went through 32. That went through 47, so that's way different. That's interesting. But the bullet still spun around backwards. It just took longer to do it, I guess. So either way, that's a lot of layers of sheetrock. So don't miss. And if you do miss, hit a 2x4. We'll see how that does in a minute. All right, so back up with the 22 on the 1/2" OSB. So that plywood, let's test that out. All right, you can see it there, barely just a little pinhole from that 22. 1 layer, 2 layers. Is it still in there? No, it went all the way through. 3, so it looks like it's embedded right there in layer number 3. You can see a little indent there, but it didn't quite make it through. So we're only 3 layers deep on our 1/2" OSB. So not too much damage, but it is only a 22 caliber. So let's throw some new ones up there and try it with the 9. All right, 9mm versus 1/2" OSB. Should have strapped him down. Looks like that's where it stopped. So let's count the layers here. Let's count holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, I don't know if it went through that.
Yeah, we might need to redo this one.
5, 6, 7. Well, we know it's not through this, or is it? No. So that's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I think this was the last one. You can see it barely impact through there. That one has not gone through. See a bit of a bulge on the back. So it stopped on the 8th layer. Next time we'll strap them down for the 5.56. All right, so next up, 5.56 versus the 1/2". 3 layers with the 22, 7 layers with the 9mm. So we'll see what the 5.56 does. We'll see. I didn't see the bucket break, so must have stopped it. All right, so there's our impact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, starting to twist it too. 11, 12, 13, 14. It's in the 14th. You can see that one. There's the face. You can see that sideways angle again. Look on the back there. It's almost completely, well, it is perpendicular. Almost flipped itself back around as well. 14th layer. Oh man, it's just flat too. Harder than frickin' Hades as well. Just smashed it going through sideways. Turned into a pancake. That's kind of cool. So, stopped in the 15th layer. That's some pretty good smash in the 15th, but didn't go through. So, 14 layers. That's not too bad. Next up, we'll shoot the 2x4 or 2x6. It's all the same, so we're gonna shoot the 2 side. So, I'm guessing it'll do pretty well, just judging by this stuff. That, I mean, you can do the math on that. 14 layers at 1/2 inch, that's 7 inches. So, and this wood is not gonna be, I don't think, as dense or strong as a 2x4 to shoot through. So, so it shouldn't take too many of those to stop it, but let's do it. Let's see. I've been wrong many times, so let's actually figure it out. So back up round 3 at the 22. This time we'll be shooting the 2x6. I'm not even gonna crouch for this one. All right. It didn't make it through. Oh, it did. There it is. 1 and just a little bit. So, didn't make it too far. That's just buried in there. So that's your 2x6. So, as I said, typically in an actual home construction, if we're talking about a home defense situation, you're most likely gonna hit the end, just how walls are framed. You're not really gonna be shooting parallel to a wall most likely, but you could. But I'm not gonna be able to hit that, so you get the same idea. We'll broadside it. But anyway, so we're 1 and just a little, so 2 stopped it pretty easily. Based upon prior ones, we should say 3 will stop it. So let's see. All right, next up's our 9mm versus the 2x6. Oh, glanced off the side and it busted. Let's go see if it, still should be able to tell where it stops. Don't think it, oh, it didn't go out, so we're good. It just hit a knot and broke it in half. So we should still be good in there. Oh, you smell that wood burning? I smell that pine. So there's 1, busted through the 2nd, through the 3rd, and there it is in the 4th one. It was lodged in there. That thing is embedded. So 4, stopping 4. So not too bad. So we'll stack up the rest of them we have. Based upon prior materials, we probably need about 8 of them, is what we guess to stop the 5.56. All right, last one for the day. We will do a 5.56 versus the 2x6. All right, moment of truth. We've got 9 layers, because that's all we had. So I really hope it was enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's twisting it. 5, look at that. It's right there. It's in our 6th one. It didn't come out in our 6th. Huh, almost. But it's embedded in number 6. So 6 of those. We thought it would go 7 or 8 at least based upon the other materials, about doubled. 9mm doubled 22 and 5.56 seemed to double a 9, but not quite here. You can see that hole. It starts off as a little pinhole and it goes sideways and becomes a big old hole. So anyway, 6 layers of Stop 556. So that is the ballistic performance, stopping capabilities of some common home materials. I'm just going to say in conclusion that if you have an intruder in your house and you're using your rifle or a firearm for self-defense, just try not to miss, because you will shoot through some walls, and quite a few walls if you miss. If you do miss, hit a 2x4. Also, if you're trying to hide behind a wall for protection, as they do in the movies, get really skinny behind that 2x4 and you'll be all right. Otherwise, you might be in trouble. So anyway, just kind of interesting to see. As I said, it's just kind of fun to see how certain materials perform against different rounds. So if you got any other items you'd like to see us test the ballistic performance of, the ballistic stopping capabilities of, let us know and we'll shoot them up. But that's a wrap for today.